Welcome back. 17-year-old Marc McNulty dressed in 21 games last year for the Cougars. This year, he's already appeared in 13. He did start the season with an upper body injury and missed some time, but since then he's made his presence felt. He's scored some key goals and also dropped the gloves when need be. He also has some excellent moves for a big 6'6" defenseman.
I know. I mean, I've been lucky with some of the moves I've had. I mean, I guess I always have worked on my stick handling and whatnot, so I guess it's really worked out right now.
Now, is that your game too? Are you more of an offensive guy? Because that's something we weren't sure we'd see a whole lot of. But when you've scored some big goals already this year.
I think it's coming more every year. I mean, it's always fun to score goals and contribute offensively. But no, I guess I've just been getting some good opportunities, and forwards have been helping out a lot. You know, covering me back when I jump over the rush and whatnot. So I think it's just a team game where I'm getting success out of.
With Marc, it's very deceiving with him. Like, he's got such a big stick there, and he's got a long, lethargic stride at times, and I think guys just get, you know, I don't say they fall asleep, but you know, they're kind of in awe that the guy is moving that well with the puck, and they kind of get caught watching the puck. And he's got really good hands for a big guy. He stick handles really well, and we've been able to see that so far this year.
Hockey stick so big, it's bigger than Jared Fuente.
Well, it's probably bigger than a lot of guys on our team right now, but no, it's a benefit for him to have a stick that long, especially as a defenseman. It makes it hard for forwards to get around, and it's a good extension for him to have for defense.
It's your second year with the Cougars. Tell us about that. I mean, you kind of came in at one point when you were on the younger side, but now full season. What's this like?
I was good last year to get a few games in at the end of the season after my midget year was over, and I mean, I think that's really helped this year with a little bit of experience, and I think that's really helped you know, with my confidence this year, and I feel more comfortable on the ice every game. And, you know, each game I think I play a little better.
The good thing for him was he was able to play a lot of games for us last year. Over the last couple of years, he's had kind of been injury prone, and I think this is probably the longest streak he's gone, probably without a serious injury. And for him to play the 21 games he did last year gave him a good opportunity to see what the league was about, to see what our travel is about, and I think he obviously benefited with that coming into this year.
The more you play, I guess the more confidence you get?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the more comfortable I get out there, and just starting to try more things, like you said, you know, trying to make moves around guys and rushing the puck, and I think that just comes along with each game I play.
And you're getting opportunity in the power play, so taking advantage of it as best as you can.
Yeah, it's nice to you know, get on the power play. It shows coaches kind of trust me with that kind of stuff, which is kind of a boost for me, and you know, get a special opportunity out there with the extra guy, and I think that's helped with my success as well.
We've used him on the power play quite a bit this year, and hopefully that's something that keys the confidence in him. Like you said, he's a young guy who's still learning the league, and he's got to learn to, you know, it's about game management, shift management, and times when he should rush the puck and times when he shouldn't rush the puck. So it's still a learning experience for him, and he's coming along well.
And then, do you have goals for yourself this season?
I mean, I'd like to put up you know, a few points, maybe a plus player. Obviously, being drafted would be nice, but I guess just focus on playing well each game.
McNulty and the rest of the healthy Cats would jump on the bus right after the game against Edmonton and then head down to Vancouver for a Remembrance Day game at 4 o'clock against the Giants. Now, the game would mark the debut of the Cougars' first pick from this most recent Bantam draft, Jansen Harkins. Harkins, fresh off a gold medal at the Under-16 Challenge Cup in Calgary, where he scored 4 goals and added 1 assist in the final. Harkins plays for the Vancouver Giants of the BC Major Midget League. Now, the Cougars would start the scoring as Dan Gibb shoots from the point. Alex Forsberg is there to collect the rebound, his 5th of the season. Cats up 1-0. Still in the opening frame, a big point shot by the Giants. Mac Engel makes a save, but he kicks out a rebound right to Taylor Vickerman. He scores, the game tied at 1. Then some great passing by the Giants leads to this Trevor Cheek goal. Cats trail by 1 after 1. In the second period, the Cougars just ending a power play when Riley Kessler races up the left side, beats Engel glove side. Cats trail by 2 after 2 despite outshooting the Giants 21-13. On to the third. Brett Rolston collects his 5th of the season. He now has 4 goals in 5 straight games. Then a beauty by the Cougars as Colin Jacobs feeds Yuri Eriksson on the 2-on-1. Eriksson takes a shot. He gets his 5th of the season going upstairs. That would tie the game at 3s. Overtime would decide nothing. To the 7th round of the shootout, Carter Popoff goes backhand on Engel. Yuri Eriksson would need to score to keep his team in it. His backhand just goes wide. The Giants win in a shootout, but considering the Cougars played 3 games in less than 3 days, a great effort and a well-deserved point down in Vancouver. It's been a tough week for the Cougars as they only managed that 1 single point over the weekend. To make matters worse, the injury bug has bitten them and bitten them hard. Jake McKittig is out with mono, Jordan DeCatch has a concussion, and on Friday night the Cougars lost the services of both Captain Brock Hershey and Assistant Captain Troy Burke. Burke is on a week-to-week basis after slamming into the boards against the Edmonton Oil Kings. Hershey is out long-term. Hershey, who missed most of last season with a shoulder injury, once again sustained another serious upper body injury.
Well, both of them will be out here for a bit. Obviously, we've placed Brock on the 30-day injury list. You know, tough for him, I think, having gone through what he's gone through in his career. Berkey is not as bad as that. He's kind of on a week-to-week basis right now, but certainly not injured to the degree that Brock is.
For Hershey, though, the concern was if it possibly was the same shoulder or something that he's dealt with a couple times already.
Well, the problem with Hershey is both his shoulders have been dealt with a little bit here, and he's got more scars on him than, you know. So it's a tough situation for him, and he's such an important guy to our team, and he cares so much about the organization, and he wants the team to be so successful. I know he's, you know, it's hard. It's hard when you see a guy like that cares that much, and is our like true leader on that team. So we're going to keep him involved again, like we did last year. He'll be on the bench for games as an assistant coach, and until he's able to come back and join us on the ice.
And how tough is it to see a guy get an upper body injury from blocking a shot?
Well, it wasn't actually from the shot. It's just like he went down to support himself, and that's when the injury occurred. So, yeah, it was one of those things. It's not even a hit, so feel bad for him.
With 20-year-old Brock Hershey on the 30-day injury list, Cougar GM Dallas Thompson went out and picked up another overage forward. Coming into Prince George is Ryan Haynes, a Kamloops native who is playing in the BC Hockey League with the Cowichan Valley Capitals. Now, head coach Dean Clark does know a lot about this player as he did draft him originally. Now, in 3+ seasons with the Kamloops Blazers, Haynes picked up 16 goals, 40 points, and a whopping 316 penalty minutes.
Ryan Haynes, who we've seen before, adds a little bit of an element here for us too. We need a little bit more sandpaper up front, and I think he's going to be a guy that can come in and help us get a little bit of a spark up front and make it tougher for the other teams to play against our forward lines. And he's a guy that can go out and stir things up and get guys off their games. And it's good because you know, Dean's had some familiarity with him, and he's excited. He was a guy that was released from the league early in the year and was fighting to get back in it, and now this is a good opportunity for him, and we've talked to him and let him know our expectations, and I think he'll help our group here.
I think one of the things with Ryan is he brings a great deal of character. He plays the game, I feel, the way it should be played, and doesn't pick spots, and he's, you know, I think he's got more of a scoring touch than what opportunities he probably got maybe in Kamloops, but he's going to play a big role for us, I believe. I'm looking forward to getting him into our lineup, and again, I think one of the things, we have a lot of young forwards here that need to learn what it takes to be a player and what it takes to be an unselfish player and do whatever it takes for the team, and I think that Ryan will be a great leader in that role.
We have 4 20-year-olds on our roster. Once Brock Hershey is available to return, we'll have 2 weeks after that to make a decision on which 3 20-year-olds we're going to keep.
Next up for the Cats, Friday at home against the Saskatoon Blades. Then Saturday, back on the road to take on the Kamloops Blazers once again. Coming up on Tuesday, the Cougars will host the Regina Pats. Checking the standings, the Cougars find themselves in 8th place in the Western Conference, sitting just 2 points back of Seattle. 1 point up on Everett as well. The Blazers, who started the season on a tear, have slowed recently, losing 4 games in a row. Next week on Cougar View, highlights from all 3 games. The first one here against the Saskatoon Blades, then on the road against the Kamloops Blazers. Then once again, we'll see what happened between the Cats and Pats here at CN Centre. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.